in position.
Assume the position.
Position. Give me a little bit more floor, Nancy, on the camera. Just a little bit, not a lot. That's not that much. A little bit higher, and right about there. Yeah, that should be great. Perfect.
Did it go back down? Is it okay?
Yeah,
All right.
that's fine. And then Nancy's gonna be in the middle. You guys on either side, and I gotta get mine ready here too, actually. Okay. All right.
There's Joanne.
Joanne made it. All right.
She's parked in her truck. I thought she only lives up the hill. She doesn't walk down.
A little bit.
Yes, we do, don't we? 2 miles.
All right, so today we're going to do a little bit of Qigong. We're going to cover a little bit of what we covered before, but then we've got additions. We did kind of going over everything we did so far in the last session, and that is available on video if you haven't had a chance to do it yet, Andy. We're going to add a little bit today, but we're not going to connect what we add today with everything else. And there's a reason for that, and the reason is overwhelm. There was a session we did a week or 2 ago when all of you guys were overwhelmed, and I could feel it and I could see it, and that's not a place that we want to keep people in for very long. Overwhelm is okay for a little while, and to learn anything, you got to get overwhelmed, you got to get out of your comfort zone, you know, but we have to learn to mitigate and like really keep that comfort zone, open people into it, but don't leave them there too long. And so with what we're going to add in today, we're basically going to be about halfway through the form. If we try to add that and go from the beginning all the way through that, all you guys will be scrambled. But what we're going to do is we're going to revisit some of what we've done. We're going to add on, and then if you guys refer back to the videos for the earlier stuff, as we keep going, you'll begin to connect the stuff we've already learned with the new stuff that we keep adding in. Like I said, there's no fast way to do this. It's just time and practice. All right.
Yeah. Oh, actually, he was sick last Friday, so we just redid one. You're not that far behind.
Oh, good.
Are you back in California already?
Say what?
Are you back in California already?
Yes, just got back yesterday.
Wow. North Carolina.
It was 1 week, just for Thanksgiving. Okay, and I don't know what the light's going to do because it's later afternoon now because of the time change, so we'll see. I look sort of like silhouette now, but this should be able to work. We're going to start with our bouncing. And remember, we're going to relax all of the joints, especially the hips and the shoulders. And we're going to feel the ripple moving down from the head through the body. And you want to let that ripple tell you anywhere there's tension. And use that bounce to relax that tension. Good. And straight up, feet right under the hips, twisting from the dantian. We got our trunk twists. Arms are loose and floppy, like limp noodles. Arms should be flopping into your body if your shoulders are relaxed. And then really focus on relaxing your hips, your knees, and your ankles here. Good, and back to center. Different way of doing our wrists. Fingers meet the palm and you push the hand back as far as you can, opening that forearm muscle. Here. And then you're going to reverse, push the other way. That's stretching the top of the forearm. Then grab the inside of the palm here and twist the wrist away from you. And then grab the other side of the palm and twist the wrist toward you. Good, switch, other side. This is just a different way of opening the wrist, relaxing the forearms. And then down. And grab the inside and twist away. And then grab the outside and twist towards. Good. Awesome. Raise those arms up, stretch tall. As tall as you can. Imagine you're hanging from your wrists. Good. Then we're going to clasp the fingers together. Pull one hand behind the head gently. A little bit of lateral flexion in the spine. And switch. And switch. And switch. Good. And we have flapping the arms on bird's wings, so we're going in and out. And circles.
I know it's gonna wax some arms.
Good. Shoulder circles, both shoulders first. Then isolate one shoulder, big circle. Then other side. And alternate, one and then the other. Good, back to center. Awesome, now we're going to arch the back. Wiggle anything you need to wiggle to be comfortable there. And then flex the back. Wiggle anything you need to wiggle. Now the idea with this arch and flex switch to your arch is that they should get more and more comfortable each time. You should release different pockets each time you arch and then flex. One more arch. And flex. Good, back to center. Awesome. And hip circles. Start small. Search for the kink, search for the resistance. And use the movement to release it. Reverse. I always feel a lot in my low back on these. I'm going to find those places and move through them. And reverse one more time. Good. Feet together, hands on the knees, and circles with the knees. And reverse. Good. And back to center. And toe to the ground, circle with the heel. And reverse. Just doing these stretches alone in the morning, in the afternoon when you get home from work will change your energy level and how your whole body feels. And reverse. All right, good. Warm the hands up. All right, for Qigong today, we're going to work with silk reeling, which comes originally from Chin style. but it's like, it's so important. It's been adopted into all the other styles. Silk reeling is like, if you imagine the silk, like silk comes from worms. And when they pull the silk out of, I guess, a worm's butt, I believe is where it comes from. When you pull the silk out, if you pull too fast, it breaks. And if you pull too slow, it sags. Then when you pull it, it breaks. So in order to get the silk out, it has to come out at a smooth and continuous rate, okay? So smooth and continuous rate is one part of silk reading. The next part is orbits, is circles. So we can't move any direction linearly very far because of our extremities. We run out of space. And so everything in Tai Chi circles because we can't go indefinitely in any one direction. So all movement the body does essentially is a spiral, is circles, okay? So we're gonna combine this fluid, soft movement with circles, and we're gonna do it starting really soft, or really small. Your hand is gonna come up here, palm facing towards the wall. This part of your palm is facing into the center of your body, and we raise it straight up, and then we imagine there's something in the center of our chest, and we roll the hand over that thing, so that now it's here, and we come down under, so it's like we're drawing a circle right here, with the hand being folded over here, coming up, over, and then twisting down here. Up, over, twisting down. I'm just barely touching myself. You don't want to touch yourself with a lot of pressure, because that's going to be more blood, and we want chi, we want energy, we want subtlety. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, rolling over. Pay attention to the softness of your wrist, because this is part of silk reeling, is teaching your wrist to be soft and let the hand float behind the wrist. My teacher always said, like a paintbrush through water. Good, one more. Other side. This hand is going to come, draw a line straight up the side of the body, curl over the center of the chest, and then sink down here. Inhale, coming up, curling over, sinking down. Good, one more. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Okay, good. Check it out. Next, we're going to move into our circle blocks, our outside blocks, and we're going to set this up for cloud hands, because that's what we'll be learning today is cloud hands, upper body and lower body. You guys have done cloud hands before. I'm going to teach it in a very small, broken down way, and then we'll make it flow. So to start, you guys are going to use this should be your left hand over here. It's going to come across the front of your body. And now the simplest way to imagine this is your elbow bends as the arm just comes across the front of your body. And then it's going to sink down on that side. Now this is actually going to be a circle, but I'm just making it simple at first. We raise the arm up across the front of the body, and this is almost to a right angle. The arm then comes across the front with the elbow softening, the wrist softening, and then it sinks down on this side. Now we're going to do that same movement, and I want you to let it become as circular as you can. Inhaling as the hand flows up on one side, exhaling as the hand sinks down on the other side. And notice that this circle is right about like the size from my crotch to my shoulders. My hand's not going up over my head. My hand's not coming all the way down to my quads. It's a circle that protects the center part of your body. It's because this is a block. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, floating down. Now, as always, if you guys have trouble following me, just look at Nancy and follow Nancy. And then if you're doing it wrong, you can blame her.
I was just thinking that the pressure is on.
Naturally. All right, one more. Across the front of the body. Oh, hold on, we're going to do a couple more. Linda, wrong hand. Use your other hand. Use your left hand. Come across the front of the body. And then over the top of that barrel. I like to talk about a barrel because I can imagine my elbow rolling over the top of a barrel, and my whole arm follows and sinks down the outside of that barrel. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Other arm. So this is going to be your right arm. Comes across the front of your body. And we'll do the breakdowns again. Slide that arm across the front. Let the elbow relax. And then sink that arm down. And then raise it up across the front of the body. Slide it across. Sink down. And now try to make that as fluid, as orbital, as round as you can. The arm rolling over this barrel, sinking down. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. One more solo. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now we're going to combine these two to make it one movement, but we're going to do it in pieces. We're going to start with the left arm. We're going to do one big circle. And then with the other arm, we're going to do another big circle in the other direction. Now this circle, this particular one, we're always going to go across the body first, over the top. Then the other arm, across the body first, over the top. Couple of more. Left hand. Right hand. Left hand. Right hand. Beautiful. Now we're going to take the next step to combine these two, and it's the exact same thing. They're just going to happen at the same time. So left arm goes, and then as left arm is coming down, right arm goes. Just focus on that top arm. Don't worry about the bottom arm. Left. Right. Left. Right. One more. Left. Right. Good. Last piece to make this whole thing fluid, and don't try so much on this that you mess it up, because you've all got it basic right now. We're going to go left on top, and as the left goes on top, the right hand is going to make the bottom of that ball, as we know so well. And now as the right hand comes to the top, the left hand is going to make the bottom of that ball, as we know so well. Left hand, right hand. Left hand, right hand. Okay, shake it out. Now we're gonna add our shift. This is the last thing that's gonna complete this. Don't worry about the bottom hand. Let the bottom hand do whatever it needs to. I want you to focus on the top hand. Move with me. Everybody shift your weight to this side. And we're going to do left hand first. Left hand. As you shift, you complete your circle. Right hand, we shift back. Left hand shift. Right hand shift. Left hand shift. Spine stays up straight over the core. Right hand. Beautiful. Shake it out. That's wave hands like clouds, and it's the basis of what we're doing today. We're also going to add our low body, so it will be more complicated than that. But before we move on, I want to show you a different way of breaking this down. This is how my teacher taught me. I don't like it because it's really like rigid, but rigid works better for some people, and then eventually you can get to fluidity. So the way that he would teach this is if we have our ball here, left hand on top of your ball, twist to the left, okay? Now you're going to rotate the ball. So your right hand's on top of the ball. Got it? Now twist right. Rotate your ball. Now twist left. Rotate your ball. Now twist. Rotate that ball. Left hand goes across. Rotate that ball. Right hand goes across. Okay, so that's a very linear way to learn this movement, and from my perspective, it's very difficult to get to flow through pieces. And if you look, I mean, I'm doing the movement, right? It's the same movement, but it doesn't look like the same movement. Can you guys get that? Like it looks like a different movement. Here's cloud hands. This is wave hands like cloud. Okay? And if you watch me and you just do this, okay, your form's not going to be perfect, but you're doing the move and you're going to be flowing. This is flowing. This
Right, it's choppy.
is not. It's like the robot. Okay? But whatever way works for you, the movement is a ball here, a ball here, a ball here, a ball here. It's almost like he's doing this. This is one of our Qigong exercises, but we're adding a twist into it. And I've never taught it that way before, and I really should, because we're really ball here, ball here, ball here. But we're adding a twist. Okay. Good, Linda. Arm has to go across the body and then out. Here. Yep. Now the other arm, here. Cross the body. Yep. Cloud hands. All right, so I haven't really given you guys homework before. Your homework this week is to practice cloud hands, just this movement. I just want to see that movement get easier for everybody. Okay, next is the feet. We're going to start with just working with the feet, and we need to go which direction? We go that way on the form, so we're going to go that way. So everybody start, scoot this way just a little bit. You can't go very far, Andy, because I don't want to lose you on the camera. Okay, good. All right, so how the low body works on this one is we're going to sink the weight. Just bend your knees just a little bit, and that left foot is going to reach out, but we're not stepping. We don't do that. We reach out with that foot. We find the ground, and then we shift the weight onto that foot. The other foot comes back in. And we do that again. Sink the weight, reach that foot out, shift the weight, back in. Sink, step, shift. Good, let's go back the other direction. Sink, step, shift. Sink, step, shift. Sink, step, shift. Good, one more time, both directions. Sink and step, shift. Sink and step, shift. Sink and step, shift. Okay, remember we're not stepping onto that foot. We're sinking, reaching. Notice how my weight is not on that foot. Boom, and shift. And we bring that foot in. Sink, step, shift. One more. Sink, step, shift. Okay, good. Andy, scoot back a little bit. Get back in the frame. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to add this with the upper body. It's going to feel weird and confusing at first, but just let it work. The way it's going to happen is the hand and the feet are going to work together. So when one hand is moving, that foot's going to move. When the other hand is moving, that foot's going to move. So it's going to work like this. Sink your weight. Left foot steps out. Left arm goes across the front of your body. And as we shift, we bring that arm across. That's our block. And then as we finish, we bring that foot back in. Now, as that foot's coming back in, right arm is going to come up, do a circle, and come back down. Okay, let's do that in pieces again. Sink, step, left arm, big circle across the front of your body. Other arm, maybe. Other arm.
Left arm.
Yep. This one here. And back in. And then this arm. Okay. And so the way I talk about it is I go left arm, left foot. And as we're coming here, right arm, right foot. Okay, good. Let's do that again. So we sink the weight and go left arm, left foot. Right arm, right foot. Left arm, left foot. Right arm, right foot. Left arm, left foot. Right arm, right foot. Good, again. Okay, so talking often makes, scoot that way a little bit, Andy. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so talking makes this stuff more complicated than people understand. So I'm not going to talk this time. That makes it a lot easier, but it's going to make you have to watch me better. I wish I would be closer and not lose my feet. We'll go about like right here. So move with me. Perfect. Again. One more. Nice, awesome. Back to square. Okay, we're gonna do this a few more times. I'm slowly gonna let it happen faster and faster, which is automatically gonna create flow. Just watch my body, move with me. Nice, back to the beginning. Okay, now I'm gonna start letting the bottom hand do what it normally does. Don't think too much about it. Your bottom hand will eventually take care of itself. Scoot to your right a little bit. Andy. Andy, to the right a little bit. Yeah, I want to be able to see everybody. Good. All right, and here we go. Good. A little more challenging again. Way better. Awesome. One more. Good. And back to center. Now, just so you guys can see what this looks like flowing, here it is. This is cloud hands. Okay? It's a step and a block. A step and a block. Step and a block. Over and over again. That's all it is. All right, good work. Back to normal spots. Now we're going to do single whip. And we need to do it that direction. Or start that direction. Okay, so for single whip, we're going to start here. The ball right hand's on top. And we're going to imagine a string connected at the top of your wrist. It's going to pull your hand, and your fingers are going to drag behind as these 5 fingers come together like that. And then we bend the wrist here, like a crane's head. And that arm is not going to be rigid and straight. It's going to be relaxed, and it's going to be a 45-degree angle. Okay? This is straight on. This is 90. It's a 45-degree angle right here. And because the camera is low, it looks like my hand's up in the air, but my wrist is about the height of my shoulder. Okay? It's like this. So feel that. Step backwards a couple steps, Andy.
Step back so he can see you, Andy.
Good. All right, back to our ball. And then we're going to let that top hand, the wrist pulls up, the fingers drag behind like an octopus to our crane head right here. Diagonal 45 degrees. Boom. Good. Back to your ball. And crane's head. And back to your ball. And crane's head. Good. Now the bottom hand is going to raise up like you're splashing your face with water. And then the palm is going to turn out towards the wall. And we're going to push with the blade edge of the hand out to here. So the blade edge of your hand, like you were trying to break a board, the blade edge of your hand is going towards the wall, We're here. Notice that I'm in sort of a lunge position. So as I push, I lean into that. This is single whip. Back leg should be straight. Front leg is bent. Weight's on top of the front leg. Right here, single whip. Good. Come back to your ball. And we're going to focus on that crane head first. Then splash the face and push away. And the main part of this push is the lean. The lean is where the power comes from, and the arm just extends that power. Back to center. Inhale, splash the face, exhale. Back to your ball. Inhale, splash the face, push. Okay, now from right here, spine should be up straight, not here, here. Good, back to your ball. 2 more. Crane's head, splash the face, push. Back to your ball. Crane's head, splash the face, push. Nice, Joanne. Okay, so now everybody, your chest should be pointing more towards the wall than towards me, because if I'm pushing someone that way, I'm not going to face this way to push them. So as we splash, we twist and we push, we face the direction that we're pushing. Good. Awesome. Other side. Left hand's on top this time. I'm going to start with our crane's head. Wrist comes up, fingers trail behind like octopus tentacles. Boom. 45 degrees. Good. Come back. Relax that hand as much as you can. Let it swim like an octopus. It's right there. Good. And back. Inhale. Exhale, let it come back. And one more. Inhale to that crane's head. Good. Our right hand's going to splash the face. Twist out and push. Spine up straight. Single whip. Good. Back to your ball. Crane's head. Single whip. Back to your ball. Crane's head. Single whip. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Shake it out. Now, a lot of people have trouble keeping this hand here while they're doing this. When, like, they're real good with this, but then as soon as they start to focus here, this arm does whatever the hell it wants to, right? It's just going to take practice. Like, stay. Anything else I want, that hand's going to stay there, right? So it's this kind of interdependence that is one of the best things we learned from Tai Chi. All right, 5-10. So let's start connecting this. Actually, before we connect it, I want to go back and we're going to do our grasp the bird's tail sequence again. This is what you guys added last time, or at least the last time we did something new. So everybody standing center. We're going to start with our right hand on top of our ball. And we're not going to do a breakdown, so we're just going to go straight through it. Everybody's done this. So we're going to start with ward off, throw that frisbee, top hand sinks. Both hands are going to flip, and we're going to roll back, sinking down. Hands raise up, and we're going to do palm press. Barely touching. We push across the front of the body. Hands flatten, and we roll over the top of the ball. And sink down to the hips, and then two-hand push. Hands flatten, and we skim the water, and now ball on the other side. And we repeat all that on the other side. So we start with ward off. Hands flip, roll back. palm press. Roll over the ball. Two-hand push. Good, hands flatten, and let's do that again. Other hand on top. Ward off. Hands flip, roll back. Palm press. Roll over the ball. Two-hand push. Skim the water. Left hand's on top. Ward off. Roll back. Palm press. Roll over the ball. Two-hand push. And come back to the center. Right hand on top. Good. And now this is where our addition today begins. We're going to scoot this way a couple steps. You stay where you're at, Andy, so you don't go off camera. Good. So our ball's here, and we're going to begin with this top hand coming up to our crane's head. Bottom hand is going to splash the face. Single whip, push towards the wall. Boom. Okay, so now this first transition is going to be weird, and then we're going to be into cloud hand. So here's the way it works. Shift your weight back to the other foot. This left hand is going to sink down. And now it's going to come up and across as we shift our weight left. Now as we bring that foot in, other arm does that block. Good, that's one. We got three of them. We're going to do left foot, left hand. Right foot, right hand. Left hand, left foot. Right hand, right foot. Back to our ball. And now we end the sequence the same way we started it. We come up to a crane's head. Splash the face. Single whip. Good. So single whip starts this sequence and then ends this sequence. Back to this side. That way a little bit, Nance. So you're, yeah, perfect. All right, top hand, crane's head. Bottom hand, splash the face, single whip. Shift the weight back, sink that arm down. And now that's going to be a block across the front as we shift. And then the other foot, other hand. That's one. Left hand, left foot. Right hand, right foot. That's two. Left hand, left foot. Right hand, right foot. That's three. Back to our crane's head. Splash the face. Single whip. Good. One more time. And we're going to combine. Yeah, we got time. We're going to combine grassy bird's tail with this cloud hand sequence. And so we're going to start feet are double shoulder width apart. This might be in my way a little bit. Let's stand right a little bit here. Okay, so we're going to start here. Right hand's on top. Scoot backward just a little bit, Andy.
Want to scoot back a little bit so we can see you some more.
Yeah, you might decapitate it. There we go. All right.
Here it is.
And we start, ward off to the left. Hands flip, roll back. Palm press. Hands flatten, roll over the ball. Two-hand push. Hands flatten, skim the water. Ball on the other side. Left hand's on top now. Ward off. Roll back. Palm press. Lower the ball. Two-hand push. Good. Skim the water. Come back to your ball. Right hand's on top. And now crane's head. Splash the face. Single whip. Shift the weight back. Drop the hand. And we have right hand block. Shift the weight. And we got, or sorry, that's left hand. Right hand, right foot. That's one. Again. Left hand, left foot. Right hand, right foot. That's two. Left hand, left foot. Right hand, right foot. That's three. Come up to your crane's head. Splash your face. Single whip. Awesome. Shake it out. Perfect. We have 10 minutes. All right. So let me show you what we just did today so you guys can see the flow of it. And I should have enough space to do it right here. So we were starting here. Other side. Back to our ball. Single whip. Cloud hands. One. Two. Three. Single whip. Boom. All right. So that's everything you guys did today. Great work. We're going to do some Qigong and then call it a day. So shake everything out, back to center positions, and we're going to warm up our hands. Just so you're aware, in every Tai Chi Rhythms class that I do, I always try and leave 10 minutes at the end to come back into Qigong so that people come back to a feeling place and can let go of the stress of like trying to remember and be perfect. All right, we're going to flick water off the tips of your fingers. Good. And then we're going to do our arm swing, and we're going to keep them swinging. Try to use as little energy as you can to keep your arms swinging. Relax those shoulders. Good. And let them fall. Swing until they stop. Awesome. Now we're going to imagine a wave coming out of the chest, raising the elbows, then the wrists, and then the fingers roll over the top of that wave, and we sink down the back side. We relax even more, and we connect the breath. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, draining down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Relax your body as much as you can and imagine you're moving underwater. Beautiful. Fingertips point towards each other's, palms face up, shoulders are completely relaxed. We inhale, letting everything in the body float up. We splash the face with electric chi water, palms turn down. Exhale, everything in the body drains down into the earth. Now relax even more. Inhale, floating everything up. Exhale, drain everything down. Search your pattern for any hiccups, any bumps. And use your breath to smooth those places out so the whole pattern becomes as fluid as water. Good. Now slow your movement and your breath just a tiny bit. And notice what that does to the sensation. Beautiful. Now the fingertips lead all the way up to the center, inhaling all the way up out of the crown. And then we exhale, draining down all around in a big sphere. Gather everything at the root, inhaling up through the spine, out through the crown, really visualizing this big bubble as you exhale down all around your auric field. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, floating down. This shape we're making with our energy is called a torus, and it's the shape everything in the universe takes. The electromagnetic force of the earth comes up to the center, out through the top, moves down all around it, and every bioelectrical object has the same kind of pattern. Energy enters one place, comes out another, circles around, and comes back inside. Even the galaxy, the entire Milky Way galaxy, coming up through the center, and then it spirals as it comes down around the outside, and then gathers back in. And they do have a form of this movement where you spiral as well. That's more complicated though. All right, one more. Coming down, we're going to inhale, floating up to the center. Exhale down all around. Beautiful. Hands down by the side. Arms are loose and floppy. It's our last one. I want you to relax the most you have ever in your life. Complete softness, like you're floating in outer space. Inhale, floating out and up. Imagine water dripping down off your fingertips. Fingers point together overhead. Exhale, everything in the body drain down into the earth. Relax even more. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, draining down. Good. Last one, the most effortless thing you've ever done in your life. Inhale, floating. Hands come to prayer pose. Exhale down to the heart center. Allow your awareness to rest inside the center of every sensation. Accepting every sensation as true. Because every sensation is true. And every sensation is you. The body, mind, and spirit are not separate components, merely different aspects of the same one experience. The more we unify the body, mind, and spirit through movement, breath, and awareness, the more effortless life becomes. Namaste.
Namaste.
Good job, everybody.
I missed you 2 weeks.
Say what?
I missed you 2 weeks.
Oh, right on. We missed you too. Did you get to practice with the video?
I had a very heavy court schedule, but I also, my back was really sore for 2 weeks. I don't know what did it. So I kind of relaxed it. I think it's gone.
Have you shown him any stretches for the back on the ball, Nancy?
I haven't got Andy in here on, well, years ago I had on the ball, but.
Gotcha.
I think it had to do with the weather more than anything else.
That can affect the bones and the muscles for sure. For sure. You're going to need to ask Jamie about our body juggling session this weekend, Nance, because she tapped into something new that she hadn't before, and like it was really important for her, and I think it's really important for anybody that is trying to share the practice, because she struggles almost every time I try to teach her specific things. She was never like an active girl growing up. She did do, I think, cheerleading for a little while or whatever. But when I take her in, when I talk her into freestyle, because nobody can freestyle at first very well, but when you talk people into free-form expression, if you do it gently, it becomes easy for anybody to improvise. And we did a long meditation, 30 or 40 minutes, and then I immediately took her to the ball. And you and Joanne did this with me, so I just made her watch, and I just moved and stretched on the bar. I wasn't doing fitness, I wasn't working out, I wasn't dancing, trying to be impressive. I was literally just stretching, and it was like so profound. And then I told her, okay, your turn, get on the bar, and I just want you to stretch and feel and move. And she started out.
She freaked out.
Say what?
And she freaked out, right?
No, she didn't, because she's been doing enough of the authentic movement that she gets it. If I'd asked her to freestyle with her voice, she would have lost it. But with the ball, with her body, she was okay. But at the beginning, she was very stiff, and you could see her mind thinking about what to do. Within 3 to 4 minutes, there was no more thinking now. And she was just moving, and every single movement was like an incredible stretch. And I was like, oh, wow, that looks awesome. I want to do that too. And she went for like 10 minutes, right? Wow. And I could see something in her energy that would motivate and inspire people with the ball that I've never seen in her when I'm making her do specific exercises. Because she's always, oh, it's hard, or it's struggle, or I'm not doing it right. Or there's always this inner critic of like, oh, it's just... When you get inside that place where you just feel what's happening and you do something to make that feel better, a totally different experience happens. And that's something that was necessary for me to learn about the bar. It's been very integral in making sure that people have a good experience with the bar, but it's still an amorphous thing that it's hard for me to like explain how someone else can do that, So body juggling is all these specific exercises because you need to know what to do, right? But the power of the process is learning to feel and move from the inside out, not learning to mold your body to what someone else is doing. And the same thing is true of Tai Chi. So don't over fixate on how perfect you are. If this hand was there, or if you're soft and you're moving like an octopus, you're doing Qigong. You're moving your energy, you're opening your channels, you're increasing the synovial fluid in your joints. You're increasing the circulation in your body. I mean, there's so many ways that this practice affects the body and mind. And it's not about like, get out your protractor and like who got an A. It's about feeling and moving, noticing what feels good, and do more of the stuff that feels good. Like that's the key.
We've been so taught not to have self-pleasure.
I know.
Everybody thinks of self-pleasure as sex. I mean, that's okay too,
right.
But you can also, you don't have to make it food. You can make it dance and, or movement, just movement. And that's really hard in this society.
It is. And the reason is the provincial schooling domestication that we all received. Our school environment is designed like a factory, and it treats people like cattle. And we're all taught to memorize and walk in a straight line and do what this person does that same way. Almost nothing in school teaches you to tap into your own inner truth, your own wisdom, your own intuition. Almost nothing in school teaches you how to express your truth, right? Which is why everybody gets to college, is then forced to take, oral communication, and everybody's terrified, I've never had a class where people ask me what I thought and I get to talk about what I want to talk about. What? It's a terribly damaging effect of industrialization, of the modern world, of capitalism, is everything becomes a domesticated animal. And domestication is always about control, and the root of control is profit. Like that's why they want to control the animals, is so they can profit. That's why they want to control people. And Improvisation changed my life. I learned it through theater improvisation, comedy improvisation, but it affected everything that I did, and it taught me how to write. I never wrote anything before I started doing improvisation. And then once I learned the power of it, all of my speaking, all of my performing, all of my visual art, all of my martial art evolved to this different place because I had this skill I basically think of it like channeling. It's like opening your creative soul and letting whatever comes through come through. And whenever you do that, you have a spiritual experience. You have a cathartic experience. Whenever you open yourself and just let whatever's coming out come out. And one of my goals as a teacher, as an influencer, as a whatever, is to literally begin creating processes for people to tap into the truth of improvisation in any capacity they need to in their life, because you can literally apply it to everything. And the irony is, every single thing that is created through improvisation. Like, that's where everything that's created starts, is just making stuff up. And you let yourself make stuff up. A lot of it's going to be good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of it is going to be beautiful and powerful. And it works with music. It works with speaking. It works with movement. You know, it works with martial arts. It works with everything, because that's what we are. We're made from improvisation. Life is improvisation. This country is improvisation. Businesses are improvisation, just based on things that have been proven before, you know. But every business, the first time they started it, they were winging it, you know. So keep practicing, guys, and don't get frustrated, and don't think it's about being perfect, because it's not. And people that have been practicing Tai Chi for 20 years are still trying to improve their technique. They're still trying to get softer. They're still trying to have more endurance in their energy. It's a process, and that process is where the change happens. Any questions?
Did you tape any of Jamie's improv?
I did not. That's how spontaneous we were. But we'll be doing it more, and she's got a lot to actualize in her body. Like, she has always wanted to dance. She's always wanted to be a dancer, but she could never really do it outside of a nightclub and like with really specific kind of music. And then she lets go and starts shaking her ass. She's got a modern dancer in her. And I did do an authentic movement session with her here a few months ago when she came down in Venice, and we recorded it. And it started out looking like a soft yoga flow, and then it turned into this modern dancey thing, and then she just lost it and started bawling, right? And that happens almost every time somebody gets in a really open state where they're just letting everything happen, because whatever you've been holding, whatever you've been repressing comes up. So she just starts bawling, and she cries in this really cathartic way, and then you literally see it. It starts to shift, and she comes to center and sits up, and then it's almost like she's floating, and she's still got tears coming down her face, but there's no sadness. She's just floating, and it's like this perfect moment of samadhi. The whole thing took like 10 minutes. So I do have that on tape. I haven't posted it anywhere yet, but if you remind me, I'll get that up. I wanted to do like a voiceover play-by-play or whatever, so where I was like talking about what she was dealing with while she's going through it. But yeah, we'll do that more. And she's dying to be on camera more. And you know, she's like buying her cool clothes, you know, for the bar now. You know. And,
I looked at them online this morning.
Say what?
I loved her leggings. I looked online for them this morning.
Nice.
Tell her she's inspired me to get back on the ball.
Awesome.
And get back into.
Awesome. Thank you. That will inspire her. That will inspire her. And I told her that's the biggest value she can have for body juggling to me is to just really let herself be moved by it, let herself become fully passionate about it. It's like that passion is going to make other people want to move. And, you know, you're a perfect example.
She's healing through body juggling when other people pick it up and start doing it. It's a healing process, as you know. It's done so much. It's done so much mentally. I mean, Millie is just, you can see Millie's so shy. She's so afraid that if you say lift your left hand, she looks at her hands for like a half an hour. And she knows, well, you've seen it with her ball. She takes the ball and the circle has to be on top.
Right. Right. Right.
But it's just because she's so afraid of doing everything wrong.
Yeah, anal retentive. That's a control fixation, and there's probably a lot of the pleaser archetype in her. You know, Jamie has had that, and a whole lot of women do, of this like always trying to get approval. You know, whether it's a daddy issue or parents or school or whatever, and those kind of people are hyper fixated on what's proper in a way that totally takes them out of whatever the experience is, because they're busy thinking about, is this right, rather than actually feeling, oh, this feels good. You know, like stop thinking about what you're supposed to do and start feeling what you're actually doing, you know?
Yeah, but 2 years later, she still forgets what she's doing because she's so worried of doing it wrong. She just shuts down, but she goes through the whole thing now. Really doing.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see it. Do a video for me.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks. Great work, guys.
Thank you. Thanks. Good
See you guys
night.
next week.